Hey guys, Colby here. Welcome back to another video for the Watcher of Realms channel. Right? I'm on the test server today, obviously, as you see on the top, and we're gonna be testing out BROKKIR for you guys, the tank hero featured through the 10x banner. I've already went through and played with Valeria. I was pleasantly surprised with her when I compared her to other damage dealers. And with BROKKIR, I'm not going to be doing exactly the same. I will be showcasing him though side to side with one of the best tanks in the game, and it's an epic tank. I mean, Olag. I've got them with very similar gear, basically maxing out their health, and then the defense is whatever the gear allows me to. Both having Guardian, which reduces damage taken, which is very strong set, obviously used on your tanks and should be used on your tanks, and then health percentage wherever you can on the base. And then on the substats as well, like getting the defense bonus is okay, although it's not going to be, you know, game changing if you don't have it. What makes BROKKIR so good is that his ultimate basically makes your allies tanky as well. He uses the freeze mechanic a lot. So what happens is his ultimate activates a freeze on himself, and that freeze itself, through the talent that BROKKIR has, makes for a 10% damage reduction to both him and his adjacent ally, so to the left and right of him. So that can translate to a lot of damage mitigation if you place your units correctly next to him, either your healer or your damage dealer on the one side and the other. And then when he's frozen, when you activate your ultimate, the damage reduction will be actually 30%, which is huge. And I've also not skilled him up so that the showcase is more realistic for players out there who just have the gear, let's say 83% primaries leveled up. Very easy to do, especially if you're playing for a month or so. So with that kind of sets, I went ahead and went to gear rate 2, stage 18, and used him. I'll show you guys the run again now. And I didn't really try him anywhere else. I can't see where defenders would have a lot of place in the game. They don't have a place in the guild boss from what I've known. Not so much for gear rate 1 or 3. So gear rate 2 is where you use them really, and maybe for the campaign. But the campaign, for the most part, is okay. And I would imagine that Olag can also work in there. But I think BROKKIR will allow for you to go into gear rate 2 and really push to the limit. So that being said, the gear I've shown you the skills a little bit. He does have a lot of mitigation also in case he drops to almost 0 health. He doesn't. He becomes immune to damage for 8 seconds. He can get healed up by his allies. He gains a freeze, which that also translates to damage reduction while he is frozen, and also immune to damage, right? Overall, fantastic hero. When he receives damage, if he freezes the enemies, that completely stops them from doing anything. So basically stops even the damage that they're doing. So that can be huge for many situations. So with that in mind, let me just show you the run. Gear 8-2 shouldn't be that long. I do have it recorded with Power of Dominance, but for that we'll disable it and we'll go in there and we'll do the run again. I do have 2 healers, Vortex and Midan. All right, 2 epic healers that easily accessible. I would say the A5s are not that easily accessible, but they have like HP gear on, and then everything else doesn't really matter. Maybe your mage who does the damage would matter, but it's 18, so it's not obviously the most difficult part, but it's where you start getting the guaranteed mythicals, and it's huge for many players out there. So there are many different strategies for 18. I even use some of them, but I've never used this one where you just straight up tank everything. So this is why I think BROKKIR is quite cool, and especially with Vortex and just Midan. Vortex and Midan really help everybody survive, and of course doing the heals at the right time. So you see how much damage he's taking. He takes like a big chunk whenever these two enemies roll out. They do like a huge amount of damage on him, and you'll see we take on the big burst there from them. Hopefully we won't die. Look at how close we came to dying there, right? It's just the 10% that we receive from him that helps us survive there. But later on, the boss is gonna be hitting way harder, and that's when you activate the ultimate on purpose, just so that you are able to survive, especially with your mage, because the mage is very squishy. So here I just click on the ultimate, and that is straight up 30% damage mitigation. Look at the difference there with before. Before we went extremely low, but now because of the ultimate, that helped us survive a little bit better. And I didn't even bother with the ultimates on the healers. I still have them. So I just wanted to show you guys on how much you can help your allies survive. And of course, when he freezes the enemies, that also works very nicely. Look at that freeze there. You'll see them when they turn white is when the freeze happens. And now there's the ultimate again. Let's freeze. Look at that. Look at how healthy my Morrigan is there. And that's pretty much it. Just survive the 2 slams. And that is gear rate 18. Didn't even use the ultimate once on the on my 2 healers there. And then I think Salazar, is he gonna die there? He doesn't get healed over there. But here, once you reach this point, you just kill off the boss. That's pretty much it. Look at the slams there. Look at the slams barely doing anything. Because of the healers. Almost died there. Almost died. Oh. Okay, now we died. Such big slams, right? Now you drop in a DPS and you try to kill it off, right? That's what happens when you don't really pay attention at the end. The boss slams really hard, but he survived that burst. He survived it really well. So tanky. Because of the, oh, look at that, we even made a shorter round this time. So tanky, very much worth it. Ooh, actually a good amulet there. Maybe I can get some damage going for future showcases. Yeah, but that is BROKKIR. That is the 10x tank. I will be doing some summons hopefully to get something, either BROKKIR or Valeria. So definitely check out the channel, subscribe if you haven't already. This was the showcase, guys. I don't feel like I should be showcasing him in the campaign. I don't see the point at the moment. Although he's very strong, you see why. It's all about that insane ultimate that helps your allies survive. He himself is a tank, so of course he can soak up a lot of damage. And the artifact that I would recommend using on him is probably healing, just for him to be healed up by your allies. You can use, I would say, Olag's Wall if you want that extra block. But I think I don't even have it on this test account. So, oh yeah, I do have it. But I didn't want to use it at the moment. Just because this is extremely strong. It increases the block and also the physical and magic damage reduction also. Yeah, this was the video. Thank you all. I'll see you in the next one, guys. See ya.